Hello, hi, I'm biased. Despite the name, I should really get about to changing that, but I probably won't. This here is my definitive Hazbin Hotel character ranking, of which my opinions are all correct, and if you disagree, then it's just kind of tough luck. You know, not really much I can do about it, because this is like, it's been Pop approved. Same as my last one, but that one was pre-season 2, so my opinions have drastically changed with the times, and have become a lot more opinionated, a lot more, how one would say, vocal, you know. It's not a lot of mediocrity anymore. It's a lot of hates and likes, you know. So let's just get right into it, right? Even though this will be very controversial, it's just kind of like the entire show in general, anyways. You know, the entire show is controversial. So of course the definitive ranking is also controversial. Starting which. Yeah, 28th place is Abel. I have like some small little points there that are just for the people who read, which I don't think anybody does, but like, to mostly just go about it, like to really just summarize it in a couple of spots, like, Abel just kind of really sucks. Talk about like the most unneeded side character to ever show up in a show. Just absolute loser, which, like, in terms of character, he just takes after both St. Peter and Emily, who, you know, are already like very minor characters. Despite that, he just does the exact same stuff as them with little to no difference. Like, as I have written here, he literally only exists so that Patrick Stump can have a character. Like, this dude literally does nothing throughout the entire show. Replace this dude with St. Peter in the same scenes, and St. Peter would have done the exact same stuff. Replace him with any other lame-ass angel, and we would have had the exact same character with little to no difference. Abel is one of the most unneeded characters in the show. He just really sucks. I'm sorry. But like father and son, 27th worst character is Adam. I know, surprising considering he used to be one of my favorites, but I've grown to realize he's just kind of really fucking annoying, and most of his jokes aren't even really that funny aside from just being misogynistic as hell. With the big reason, as I have written as the third one, he literally he just doesn't show up. That's kind of the big problem with him. Season 2 he doesn't show up, in Season 1 he barely makes a presence other than like episode 1, 6, and 8. At that point, who gives a shit? I'm sorry. But like, he has some of the least screen time in the entire fucking show. I'm pretty sure Rosie competes with him in terms of screen time. How do you do that? I'm sorry, but he's just kind of... It's like a quip machine. He's only there to make a couple of jokes. That's it. It's kind of lame. It's kind of really sad. Yeah. 26th place is Alistair, which also is controversial, but you know, I just really don't like him, I'll be honest with you. The points are really as it says. It just doesn't do anything. The big point with him is every single time he shows up, it's just like, ooh, look at me, I'm being all mysterious and doing stuff in the background. And he's just like, when is he finally gonna stop doing shit in the background and actually do something? I know Season 3 is gonna be his season, but he has been a slog to watch over the last 2 seasons, just doing nothing. And I mean nothing. But like, literally, look at me, I'm pulling all the strings, even though he isn't. It's just really annoying, I'll be honest. It's infuriating to watch, because every time he shows up, it's just like, oh, there he goes, about to be super vague and say a bunch of cryptic bullshit and then disappear, and then he does that. It's lame. 25th is it's Angel Dust. Yeah. Okay, so hear me out. I know Angel Dust is a fan favorite. Used to be a fan favorite of mine as well, but I've got to realize that he really is just kind of a fan service character. Outside of his deep character arc, or, you know, his development, he really is just a character who makes nothing but sex jokes, but as a dude. And because of misandry in our current society, people just think it's okay, you know, for him to just make all those jokes and look at him, he's a whore. But like, if it was a girl, people would have had problems with it. That's kind of the big problem I have with him. It's just, it really highlights how we are as a society. And when it really comes to his character nowadays, he's just so intrinsically tied with Husk, and it kind of bugs me because it feels like he doesn't even have his own self-identity, and it's a huge problem that Vivzie Pop has with a lot of her characters. And his lore drops are always just kind of shoehorned in. Oh, I killed my dad. I'm a spy. Ooh, always right at the end of the episode. Look at here. Here's a little piece of info. Nobody gives a shit, and then just move on. It's kind of sad. He's really a husk of a character. Pun not intended. 24th, Baxter. I mean, this one should be very, very obvious to the populace. This dude literally does nothing. He had no reason to join the hotel by the ending. His entire reason is just a stupid ass joke. The only thing he has going for him is this cute little romance with Nifty, but that is in the background, and he doesn't do anything with it. This dude has, like, so little speaking lines, it's honestly kind of depressing, considering he's supposed to be one of the main characters in the hotel. His addition feels pointless, and it kind of bothers me that he exists, because he just kind of took screen time away from characters who deserved it. Yeah, really all there is to say about Baxter, you know? Carmilla, yeah, I'll be honest with you. She just, her character kind of pisses me off. That's really the thing. She's fine in hell, but she's just like one of the most, I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, I think she's one of the most selfish people in the entirety of Pentagram City. Like, she does not care if the entirety of the world gets destroyed, so long as her $2 are fine. Hell, if Heaven offered them, her specifically and her $2 a way to just go up with them while they destroy the entirety of hell, she would have said yes. If somebody in like Earth told her that, she would have taken it and let both of them kill each other, like Heaven and Hell. She just does anything so long as her $2 could live. And I don't know, that kind of irks me. I feel like she doesn't really show any conviction towards anything. And even then, when she shows up, she doesn't do anything. That's kind of the problem. She's always just like, oh, we need angelic weapons. Carmilla Carbine. Literally, both seasons. I think both episode 7 and episode 6 specifically. It's always just, oh, we need weapons. Let's go to Carmilla. And Carmilla's like, no. And then it's just like, okay. And then they talk her into it. It's lame. She's lame. I also hate women in STEM, I'm sorry. I just don't think they deserve jobs. Okay, look, I don't know if you've caught on to what the truth of this ranking is, but regardless of what that is, I will be honest in the fact that I think Charlie is one of the worst written characters in this show, and I kind of want to actually make an entire long video talking about my quarrels with her as a character and my issues, because I'll be honest, I really do think the direction she's taken as a character has been really upsetting. And I have written in like 3 small points here. You know, she has stagnant character development. She doesn't really ever move. From season 1 to season 2, she still feels like the same character we met back when we watched episode 1 of season 1. And that kind of bothers me considering she's the main character. I understand that, you know, character development can take a while, especially for an MC, and considering they have 5 seasons ahead of them, you know, of course they could go slow with it. But she doesn't even have any kind of, like, progressive development as a character. She doesn't really learn any lessons or improve or change. Like, when she makes mistakes, she never learns from them. That's one of the big problems I have with her. Her second point, obviously, you know, pushing boundaries was a thing she learned in season 1, and while that was fine, and back in season 1 I thought she was just okay, the fact that she didn't learn from it in season 2 and proceeded to make the exact same mistake instantly made me lose all trust in her as a character, because now she's seen as completely unreliable. When she said that I learned to, you know, listen to, you know, Vaggie and whatever, I don't think so, because when season 3 comes in, I think she's going to go back to making the exact same fucking mistakes, especially with the stress that's going to come from Lilith coming back into town, which, trust me, it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows for 8 episodes. It's going to be stressful, and it's going to lead to Charlie having a lot more panic attacks and stuff, and in that case, she is not going to learn from any of her mistakes. And you could technically say, oh, well, a person not learning from their mistakes is actually super duper realistic, and I would agree with you, I absolutely would. But the big problem is, she doesn't even show any caution around it, or any signs that she learned from it. That's the thing that bothers me, because Angel Dust literally references episode 4. It's not like it's a thing where, oh, that thing was just cut out and nobody really matters about it. Angel Dust literally mentions the lesson they had about boundaries, yet despite Charlie hearing that, she did not, like, instantly wind back and go, oh, holy shit, you're right. Honestly, I would have rewritten that entire scene myself and had that be like a little scene that just showed how much she improved as a person, where she would stop herself and go, you're right, my bad, I'm sorry for trying to pressure you, and then, you know, Vox comes in, does this evil bullshit, and then still tells everybody what Angel Dust did. But instead, no, we just had this, like, scene that kind of completely invalidates Charlie as a character and really bothers me. And last point is that I just think she's too naive. That's a huge problem I had with her as a character back in season 1 and 2. I do think that she is too optimistic and sunshine and rainbows about the situation the entirety of hell is in. But that's kind of fine. It's not like the worst thing ever. Maybe one day I'll make a video about her, because my thoughts about her are heavy. But yeah, we continue onwards. Cherry Bomb, yeah, I don't know, what do we need to say, right? Barely shows up, doesn't really do anything. Her entire character just kind of revolves around the fact that she has a crush on Serpentius. It kind of sucks. It means she doesn't really do anything herself, especially with the fact that her old storyline used to be about how she had like an ex-boyfriend, I think, and if they bring that back, that means that her story, again, is just going to be about another man, which is, you know, I know that's TikTok speak, but it is kind of lame in my opinion. And like, I personally don't have any issues with swearing in Hazbin Hotel, but Cherry Bombs quite literally is the definition of a character swearing in every single sentence for no reason. Yeah. Emily, as I have written, she is a slightly less bad Charlie, and if I was to make a video about Charlie, I would actually want to discuss Emily a little bit, because my thoughts about her are kind of varied, but we aren't, so all I really need to tell you is she doesn't do anything, and more importantly, she's really tone deaf towards my poor boy Serpentius in season 2, and does not really help him as much as she should be, considering the sorry mental state he's in. But there's a slight excuse for her in the fact that she doesn't really know how to deal with negative emotions, as she is a coddled being who has lived her entire life in hell. You know, I'm in heaven. She's interesting. But yeah, I can't really get into depth about her. 19th, Frank. Thing is, he's just kind of a meme character. As much as I like him, he's just kind of a meme character. He doesn't really do anything. And I have written canonically one of the most knowledgeable characters in Hell in Season 1. Technically, this dude here, he, or they, it, I don't know if he has a gender actually, but like, Frank did technically know that angels could be killed with angelic steel, which was only possessed knowledge by both Alistair and Zestial and the two daughters of Carmilla and Carmilla, which is like 5 people, and he was the 6th person. That's impressive. That means that you have some very wide knowledge. He's smart man. He's smart man. Yeah, nothing to really say else. He's just there. Husk. What do I really need to say, right? He doesn't really get that much screen time, as much as he should. He gets screen time, but not as much as he should. And nowadays, anytime he shows up, it is also just kind of correlated with Angel Dust. You know, Angel Dust, anytime he shows up, it's related to Husk. And anytime it's Husk, it's related to Angel Dust. It's kind of sad, because they don't have any identity themselves. The only real plus he has is being voiced by Keith David, who, you know, sounds fucking amazing. But it's just kind of sad, I'll be honest. Katie Killjoy! The only reason she's here is because she has some of those funny homophobic jokes, but she's really mean to Tom. Tom does not deserve that, and her jokes towards Vox aren't my style. Yeah, that's really all there is to Katie Killjoy. Brandon Rogers, yeah. Lucifer, it's a little controversial here, but I do think he's a little overrated. You know, he isn't as funny as people say he is. He got power crept in season 2, which kind of sucks. But I have written that he is a little funny at times. I don't know, I just don't think he is all that he's cracked up to be. Oh, I need to have him in my number 1 in my ranking, number 3. Like, come on, man. He's barely that high. he's just that. He doesn't show up that much either, so you know. Lou, I'll be honest with you, like, she is genuinely the potential woman of Hazbin. I have it written here as a joke, but like, she had so much potential in season 2 to literally be like the best villain. Instead, we got, as I have written, she aura farmed for 1 episode and then disappeared for the rest of the show. Like, literally, Gravity is the only reason she's this high, which, it's fine. Gravity is amazing. So, yeah, Loot 15th place makes sense. Mimsy, yeah, obviously. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's not like she's the best character in the show, but she has some funny jokes, you know. Hitting the loan shark's girlfriend with a car is kind of funny. More importantly, she doesn't really overstay her welcome like some of the other characters. She shows up for 1 episode, makes a couple of quips, and disappears into the starlight. Like Cherry Bomb could have done with that, or Baxter could have done with that. Instead, they're characters who are now in the background and do nothing all the time, and it kind of sucks. She also gives some cool Alistair lore, even though I do personally think the Husk could have had that, but, you know, it's fine. She's there and she's kind of neat. Nifty, you know, she's funny. She's honestly pretty funny. She has a pretty good relationship. She has a cute relationship with Baxter. Again, they don't really show it enough, but that's fine. And her song is kind of underrated. Not really much else to say. She's just kind of in the middle. Rosie. I mean, she's also pretty middle of the road. Her reveal is kind of awesome in season 2. She's really nice in season 1, and you know, that's kind of really all there is to it. She shows up, she's kind of neat. Anytime she shows up, she's cool, and that's about it. She's just a cool character. Sarah's pretty neat. Very neat, honestly. Her arc is really good. One of the best in season 2, in my personal opinion. You know, Sarah's Confession is an amazing song. I honestly think her dilemma is so much cooler than like every other character. While everybody's worrying about their relationships and shit, Sarah's out here going, I massacred the nation and I have so much blood on my hands. It's kind of cool, you know, she's cool. And I like her friendship with Pensius. It's very nice to see that Pensius is, you know, small as he is, he manages to help like an angelic being, and that the angelic being knows she could trust him. It's sweet. Speaking of Sir Pensius, there he is. His songs are very nice. The reason he isn't as high as like every other character nowadays, because I'll be honest, he only really got good in season 2. Season 1 he doesn't really do much at all outside of episode 2, and that's kind of it. Season 1 he literally dies. That's all he does, which is kind of sad. He does have 2 dicks though. There you go. Number 9, Speaker of God. My brother helped in this, so if you think the words are a little unique, that's not my fault. But as I have written here, she has hype and aura moments. She goaded in Sarah's Confession, but the problem is that she only shows up in literally 1 episode. She's awesome in that 1 episode, super cool, but literally only 1 episode. And in that 1 episode, she's hype and goaded. Yeah. I just feel kind of bad for him. This placement was out of pity. It's out of pity. He's just here, you know, don't worry about it. 7, Tom Trench. I'll be honest, one of the most underrated characters in the entirety of the show. Literally abused to all hell for no reason. But the thing I really like about him is, despite the fact that he is abused and has a rough life in hell, he's still an asshole himself. He is no better than Katie Killjoy or Vox, but the only difference is that he's just kind of, for some reason, at the bottom of the barrel and chewed out and just spit and chewed out. It's cool. It's cool. Kind of personally the big reason why I really like Travis. I have him put in 6th place, which I know is a high spot, but I really do think his character in the background is really fucking cool. He is literally the lowest fodder of hell. Just a regular ass sinner. But it really goes to show the depravity of the sinners, that like, some people don't deserve it. A character like Travis deserves to stay in hell, always indulging in whatever Valentino wants, and always being like a terrible person all around, from the pilot to the entirety of Hazbin Hotel. It's kind of cool. He, to me, is the de facto bad sinner. like outside of the main characters, you know. That's all about it. Vaggie is really cool. I only have real two reasons, but like one of them is very important. I mean, Easy is a very fun song, and I think Stephanie Beatrice does a really good job with her. And obviously, one of the big reasons, I know people shit on her in season 2, but it's kind of crazy, but she's literally the only voice of reason in season 2, constantly trying to tell Charlie, yo, Charlie, stop doing this, stop doing that, and literally nobody gives her any credit for it, which hurts me, because I think she honestly did great in season 2. She didn't have an arc in season 2, that's fine, because her character and personality makes up for it. She's cool, man, she's cool. Number 4, Valentino. What do I need to say? I know it's controversial, but listen to me here. Valentino really is the best kind of monster. I know I have that written, and I am now at this point just following along with what I have written, adding a little dialogue, but it's fine. Like, literally, what do I need to say? He is a scumbag of a sinner and a terrible, like, person, but he still has a personality and is honestly like kind of funny and has like his unique quirks and stuff. I really like that he wasn't just delegated to being a monster like most shows and media portray a bad person to be. It's like, oh, bad person is always a bad person, has no other character traits outside of just being that bad person. It's not to say that he's an anti-hero or an anti-villain or anything. I just mean like to say that he's a terrible person, but outside of him being a terrible person, he does stuff, and that stuff is kind of fun. It's interesting to see his dilemmas and how he is as a character, even though you wouldn't want to root for him. Yeah. Velvet is afterwards. I mean, she's just really cool. I'll be honest with the big reasons I like of her is just her design. Like, the amount of outfits that she has and looks and the ways they keep changing her is so fucking cool. Like, animation is my biggest thing, but it's so cool to see her always, like, being so drastically designed. You know, like, it's neat. In my opinion, it's neat. She's cool in the V's, and her personality is fun. Respectless is a great song. She's just not much to say out of the fact that I just really like her. To say I really like Vox would be an understatement. I mean, what do I even really need to say? He is amazing. Like, literally, I know he's the main character of season 2, so obviously you might say, oh wow, really, you put the main character in the basically highest spot? Yeah, but like, come on, can you blame me when they really did so much with him? I know they only had 8 episodes, but in those 8 episodes run, as short as it is, they did so much with his character. His backstory was great. His entire character, as I have written, it leaves you thinking. If you're really wondering what that means, it's mostly to say that, like, every time he does something, it's always left me feeling conflicted. Oh, is he a bad person? Is he a good person? Is this justified? Is this not justified? I know a lot of people would easily just throw in a hat and say, this is a scumbag, terrible person, cult leader, don't even listen. Führer, he's Hitler. There you go. But I really do think a lot of his character really leaves you thinking. Like, I saw this really cool little like YouTube short talking about how if Vox won, he would have been miserable. Like, if he had his throne atop heaven and like won, he would have been miserable because he no longer had Velvet or Valentino with him. Alistair would have been dead. With that, he would have literally had nothing left to live for. Nobody to strive to hate. Nobody to stand by his side. He would just been alone. I mean, you know, as Alice said, you're broken from the start. No victory will ever be enough. You know, tough shit. It's really cool, because I feel like the second Vox started, he lost, and it's cool to see him catching so many of these fake W's that at the end of the day were never gonna amount to anything. That's the cool thing. He was always winning. He caught Lucifer, he beat Alistair, this and that, but at the end, none of it amounted to anything. It's like the prime definition of futility. There you go. He's cool. I love him. Number 1, Zestio. This was written by my brother partially, but as it is written, you know, ultimate aura, so nonchalant, and he is goated with the sauce. If you disagree, I'm sorry, but he is the best character in the show. He just shows up. Anytime he shows up, he just gives aura, has a cool voice, says some cool stuff, and then just disappears. Nothing more to say about him. He's cool as fuck. Yeah, that's about it. Fuck you.